The Celtics are standing at 6th in the Eastern Conference. They're 5 games out of first place. We talk about arenas. Do you both think that the home court advantage will play a big difference for them this season?
I don't think so. I mean, they're like 1.5 games out of the 4th spot, which would get them home court in the first round. So it's not that big a stretch to imagine them having unofficially having home court advantage in the next week or so. But they've shown the ability to win, and frankly, anyway. I mean, they beat Philly and Philly crib by 30. And granted, that Philly team is very different than the one that. Well, the point being is that they have shown the ability to play in arenas that aren't team friendly to them and win convincingly. They just had a 7-game road winning streak snap. So I'm not as worried about it. To me, the big thing for them, and Ime, he talks about this all the time, and it sounds like coach speak, but it really is the truth. It's the gospel. And that is you control what you can control. As long as they keep that mindset, they're going to be all right whether they're playing at home or on the road. Because if they control what they can control, at a minimum, they're going to be able to compete and hold their own with anyone and everyone that's on the schedule. The difference is, can they take it to that next level? I've talked about this before. Their defense is elite right now. But the teams that they're going to see in the playoffs, they're going to be better than the teams that they've seen in the regular season. Not only because of the personnel being more familiar with each other, but there's just that and Gary, we've seen this through the years. There are teams that take it to another level come playoff time. Certain players are better in the postseason than the regular season, and there's no rhyme or reason for that other than the fact that
the mental aspect of
the lights are on, the popcorns pop, people are ready to see a show, and they're like, it's go time. Not everyone is built for that life. Not every player has that ability to flip that switch and become that type of player. The best ones are able to do it, and that to me is why if you're the Celtics, home court, it'd be nice to have. It'd be a luxury, but it's not a necessity for them to have success in the postseason.
Well, I think if you're the Celtics, you're trying to target maybe more an opponent than you are a seed. And the question is, who do you want to face in the first round? Because the way the East is shaking out, okay, you're going to have to face a major juggernaut. Milwaukee, Philadelphia. Brooklyn will be interesting to see how much they jump up. But Chicago, Cleveland, Miami, those are 5 teams ahead of the Celtics. Like if you're, I think 90% if we had a poll would say they want to face Cleveland. Okay. But can you work that out to where you can face Cleveland? If not, you might have to face Chicago. Or what if Milwaukee slips? They're the 3rd seed, you're the 6th seed, or 4 or 5. Like, what you're going to have to do is prepare yourself for an opponent. At this point, the seeding really doesn't matter because, you get one more home game. That's really nice, but you're not playing a patsy. This is not years of playing when the Celtics played Indiana a couple years ago, the 1-8, or when they're playing a team they should beat for sure. They are likely to be the underdog, because if you put them against Chicago or Milwaukee or Philadelphia or Miami, those are 4 tough teams. Now Cleveland, who wouldn't like to see Cleveland because it's the inexperience. You never know how they're going to look in the playoffs, and they've had some injury issues. But that's who knows if Cleveland slips or not. And that would maybe be a 4 or 5 because I don't know if the Celtics are going to get up to 3rd. Okay, that's asking a lot. 4 might be their best case scenario, but if you get to 4 or 5, you might be asking Milwaukee, Philadelphia. But Cleveland's a team you're probably going to want to target. And then who knows if Brooklyn, do they move up to 6? Do they stay in the play-in? Do they fight it out with Toronto? Like how all that shakes out? Because that's the whole interesting wrinkle in the East is that now Brooklyn's going to get healthy. They're going to dig themselves out because now they're 8th because Atlanta's, I know is 10th, and then Charlotte is 9th. Okay. And then 8th is Brooklyn, and 7th is Toronto. But Toronto, the thing about Toronto, the benefits of Celtics have 4 more wins. They played 4 more games than the Raptors, and all of those are wins. Okay, so Toronto would have to catch them, win 4 more games in the last 20 to catch them. to get them. So you're trying to lock in, avoiding the play-in. You're trying to lock in an opponent like Cleveland, but with the unpredictability of what Brooklyn's going to do, what's going to happen with Charlotte slipping, Atlanta, like all this is crazy. So, as our trusty admit, the Raptors and Nets play tonight and tomorrow. So we'll see how all that jumps off over the next couple of weeks in terms of the Eastern Conference standings. But if I'm the Celtics, I ain't worried about home court. I'm worried about opponent. Do you want to play Giannis in the first round? No. Do you want to play Harden and Embiid? No. I would target Miami and I would target Cleveland and maybe Chicago because Chicago's vulnerable. I would not want to play Brooklyn, Philadelphia, or Milwaukee in the first round. The other teams, I think you got a shot. Cleveland, of course. Chicago, you never know. And then Miami, I think they played Miami well this year, although they've had some history with Miami, hasn't gone so. So seeding over home court advantage.